If you clicked on this video, you're probably struggling in Arena Breakout. You just downloaded the game, you love the graphics, love the gameplay, but it seems like you just can't get better. No matter how many times you try, you're not even a new player anymore. It's just like, there's no room for improvement. But you know what? I know what your problem is, and we will fix it together. So let's just waste no more time and get straight into it. The first problem with the new players is the mindset. Look, Arena Breakout is not your typical shooter game. You can't just enter the game and start killing everybody, or I should say, you don't have to. Think about other games. In PUBG Mobile, the goal was to eliminate every other team and be the last man standing. Or in COD Mobile, you had to finish a certain task, no matter how many times you try, how many times you die. You just had to capture the point, let's say. But in Arena Breakout, there is no second chance. Most of the times, you don't even get the chance to get revived. You just die instantly. And also, you don't have to kill everybody. I mean, it's not even meant to be like that. First, you have to change your mindset. The goal is to get a good amount of loot and then extract. You either get it by killing players or just looting around. No matter how you do it, just do it. So, once again, you don't have to kill everybody. You don't have a second chance. Play like it then. Now, the second problem with the new players is feeling scared and not confident, and it's totally normal. I mean, I understand it, cause every player you know of, including me, went through that. And the reason behind it is that Arena Breakout is your first close to real war experience. We all played shooter games before, many of them, but none of them was as scary as Arena Breakout. I remember my first time playing Armory. When I heard those sirens, I was shivering. I was like, it ain't no game, it is war. And indeed it is. And also, not being confident is also normal. You don't know the mechanics, you still have issues with your sensitivity. I mean, it's still better than having mommy issues. But yeah, so you have problems. So it's normal to not be confident as well. So for fixing these problems, like I said before, first you have to play a lot. Do a lot of knives only and covert runs until you get used to all the mechanics and get used to dying. And another thing which would really help you is to distract yourself with missions. If you put all your attention on not dying, then you're constantly thinking about dying too. Act like you just started the game to do a certain Joel's mission, or act like you win all day every day. Act like winning is the only option. If you keep this attitude for long enough, suddenly you'll realize that you're not even scared anymore. You're no longer hiding in a room since you're on a mission. You will no longer take unnecessary fights and you just do what you have to do. And since you were doing all of these in knives only and coverts, you didn't even lose anything. And I guarantee you'll even have more money than before. So act numb and don't think about dying. Remember, your mind is your biggest enemy. And the third problem is gear fear, which not only the newcomers but even the veterans have this problem too. And it basically means having the fear of losing a certain item, which leads to not using it at all. Most players, when they find a good item, gun, anything, they just leave it in their storage for ages and they don't use it. Now there's two conditions. They either have a certain goal, for example, I found this fully modded FAL, but I don't have any decent armor to play with. So I leave it in my storage until I get a good armor and then I'll use it, which is totally fine and it makes total sense. Or they either have the money, have the loadout, but they're not planning on using it anytime soon. Which is a bit weird if you ask me, like, if you're not going to use it, then why are you even keeping it? Listen, gear is not meant to last, it's meant to be used and lost. And for those veterans who have millions and they're still scared to use their stuff, so they just keep playing with cheap loadouts and dum-dums, I have a question, bro. Why are you even playing? You have 20 million, you still run with dum-dums, and you're proud of it? Bro, then when you're going to use thermals, H4s, like seriously, when? You better use it rather than lose it. Bro, you have 200 million yourself, why aren't you running thermals and T6s every game? Yes, you're right, right now I am hoarding thermals, but I have a goal, you'll know what it is soon. But not yet. So back to the new players. Use your stuff and remember, your today's gear was someone else's yesterday gear. That's just the cycle of Arena Breakout. We just hand over the stuff to each other over and over until it's worthless. Now another advice that I have for new players is about what armor they should use. In Arena Breakout there is a sea of different armors, helmets, etc. And back then, it did confuse me too. And I was like, okay, let's try every single armor and helmet to find the best ones. Now, yet I haven't made a full in-depth analysis on armors, and this is not the time to do that. But you can check these 2 videos. It will help you a lot to choose the best armor which fits your storage value and playstyle. Now that you know what armor you should use, it's time for the guns and the bullets. I remember in Season 1, market was overflowed with MK14s and H4s, but nowadays it's always less than 10, and sometimes even 0. You wonder why? Because nowadays players know the meta and they keep buying them. But choosing a gun is related to your storage value, right? Like, if you have 2 million, you can't just buy AUGs and AR-57s all day. So here's a list of decent guns for any amount of storage value. Now for the bullets, I already did a full in-depth analysis on T4 and T5 bullets, and I will do a tier 3 bullet ranking soon, but for now I only have these informations. So how about you subscribe with notifications on, and whenever I drop another video, you'll be the first one to watch it. Now my last advice for the new players is to record your gameplay. Recording your gameplay will allow you to review the last minutes of your game, what caused you to die, and will let you know what was the mistakes you made. It happens to me a lot of the times which I think I played perfect, I made no mistake and everything was on point, but when I review the gameplay, I find too many problems, places where I shouldn't peek, wrong timings and everything. You can only have the opportunity to review your whole fight by recording it, so if your phone is capable of it, make sure you do it. And now for the last, I just have a quick talk with the new players. Look, I know ArenaBreakout is hard, and for you it's even harder than what it was for us. Back then there wasn't many geared players, no one really knew anything about the game. There wasn't much experience and no one really mastered anything. But now there's a lot of legends out there which play the game like a demon. And you might be like, bro, what am I supposed to do? These guys are cracked already. But hey, keep that in mind. Back then there wasn't many people to really explain everything. Now you can use their experience and learn the things which took 4 seasons for us in just 8 minutes. So don't worry about being late. You might be late, but you didn't lose anything. And that was it for today's video. Thanks for watching until the end. If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like it so it would help more new players too. And it would also help with the growth of the channel, cause I'm really trying hard these days. No matter how tired I am, I try to make the videos as soon as possible and upload it for you guys. And yeah, love you all. See you in a bit.